Hey, what's going on, everybody? Macromaster coming at you. Today is Friday, March 21st, 2025. Of course, that means it's time for some mining. Going to be playing some Minecraft Bedrock Edition, continuing to build up my base and my mine. Hopefully, I don't have any issues. Was having some technical issues with the computer this morning. Just now, my rear USB ports decided to stop working. So all right. Okay. I'm just adjusting audio levels here. This will just take me a moment. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's get into the game. Hopefully I don't have a bunch of weird streams listed. You spread monologues. That is kind of funny. No, I'm not gonna ban you. But it's kind of funny. I sure, why not? Do I have to read it, or I'm not quiet. All right. Wow. A little bit of Sun Tzu there. That's cool. Wow. That is interesting. Little historical stuff there. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I am Oh, this is gonna take forever. Basically what I'm doing here, guys, is I am building a tram system. For those of you who are new to the channel, going from one side of, or from one point of interest to another. Okay, I'm gonna come over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Hopefully I'm getting close to the end of this. Oh, cool. There's motion detected at my front porch. Okay. All right. So now we get to go into doing this. Basically building up the tram system in such a way that the ice doesn't interfere with the tram. One quick announcement before I forget. I do have a doctor's appointment on Monday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. So my stream, which I normally try and do for at least 2 hours, will only be an hour long. Because I have to leave the house at 6:30 in the morning in order to get to the appointment at 8:30. But I am hoping that once this appointment's done, within the next week or so, I will have my disability rating with the VA increased to a point where I will be able to afford a new motorcycle, which will definitely help with transportation. What's gonna suck is if my disability or my PTSD claim gets approved. My wife and I will be moving to Maryland, in which case my streams will be at 8 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. GMT. But as far as the motorcycle thing is concerned, we will be in an area that gets heavy snowfall in the winter. Not extremely heavy snowfall, but actual snowfall, unlike here in the Pacific Northwest, where snowfall is days of snowfall are few and far between. Which unfortunately means I won't get to ride my motorcycle as much out there as I would be able to here. We might consider staying here if my disability, my monthly disability checks get increased enough that we can afford to stay here and possibly move out of this apartment and into a real house. Which would be freaking awesome. We'll definitely be taking a look at that. Or at the very least, into a nicer apartment, maybe a condo or something, or a townhouse. Something where we don't have any upstairs neighbors and we don't have any neighborhood issues. Like people blasting their music or blasting their music at all hours of the day and night, so much so that even when they're far enough away that I can't actually audibly hear the music, I can still feel it. It's weird. My ears are like hypersensitive to the point where I can feel the music in my eardrums, even though I can't actually hear the music, the audio of the music. I can feel it, and it's such a weird feeling, and it drives me up the wall. I just want to move to a place where, I don't mind when people play loud music in the area. That's one thing when it's like during the day. But when I'm trying to sleep at and somebody's blasting music at midnight, or like my upstairs neighbors decided that midnight was the perfect hour to start vacuuming their carpets. It's like, really? Really? Midnight? You're going to start vacuuming at frickin' midnight? Hey, just because you don't have to get up in the morning doesn't mean, other people might not, actually have to get up in the morning for work. Like my wife, I have to get my wife up start getting my wife up at 2:45 in the morning so that she can get to work on time. Which means I have to be up at 2:15. I have to wake up at 2:15 so that I can be awake enough to start making her coffee, start putting her daily vitamins together, and everything, so that she could just grab her stuff and head out the door. And I can't do that if I can't sleep. Like yesterday. Also, I apologize for not being on yesterday. I had, again, those same neighbors that were blasting music. Some inconsiderate jerk blasting music at all hours of the day and night. At all hours of the night, I should say, to the point where I couldn't get a wink of sleep. And when they finally stopped, it was 1 a.m, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be any good on stream. I'm gonna be falling asleep. Even right now, I am exhausted. Sorry. But like I said, I'm exhausted because I didn't get any sleep last night, because I unfortunately have people in my neighborhood that don't seem to think that the rules apply to them. And this isn't just the rules of the complex that I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, city ordinance. That you're not supposed to be blasting music at after 10 p.m. at night, and that you can get hit with serious fines if you are. So if I find out that the people that are blasting music just loud enough that I can feel it in my eardrums, if I find out they're in this complex, I'm going to go to the property manager and I'm going to let the property manager know, look, I can't sleep because somebody in the neighborhood, somebody in this complex is blasting music at just the right volume that I can feel it in my eardrums, but I can't audibly hear it or pinpoint the location. I should also let the complex know that at midnight, at 12 a.m. this morning, the people in the apartment above me decided that that was the perfect time to vacuum their carpets. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for keeping a clean apartment, but I don't believe midnight is the appropriate time of day, the appropriate time of night to be vacuuming. Now, if there was proper soundproofing in this apartment, that wouldn't be a problem. But whoever built these buildings really skimped out on soundproofing between floors. Also doesn't help that the people in the apartment above me think that it's okay to blast their TV at all hours of the day and night and leave their patio door open so that even if their audio couldn't be heard from the apartment below them through the floor, which it totally can, I can hear it through my patio door and my office window, which just happens to be right next to the patio, so that I can hear when they are blasting their TV and leaving their patio door open. I can hear when they decide to step out onto their patio and have an exceptionally loud conversation over the phone. You know, it's like, if it weren't for the fact that I don't speak whatever language it is they're speaking, I think it's Spanish. It might be some other language that I don't recognize. Not knocking them for not speaking English. I'm just saying they speak a language that I do not recognize and I do not understand. But if it weren't for the fact that I don't understand the language that they're speaking, I would be privy to their conversations when they have loud conversations on the patio over the phone or with each other out on the patio. I've twice in the last year had to call the police to report a domestic disturbance because the people upstairs were fighting. And I mean, one time I heard the guy screaming at his front door from inside my apartment. I heard him screaming, let me in, this is expletive. Yeah, I mean, just ranting and raving, and it's like, holy mackerel. And then the fact that they don't seem to understand that there are people living in the apartment below theirs and can hear every step they make when they are stomping around their apartment, like they don't care what happens to the floor because it's not their place. They don't have to pay for it when the floor gets damaged because they're stomping around. Although, honestly, I think they should be responsible for paying for it if they damage the flooring. And, of course, the animals get the zoomies at all hours of the night. But the animals... It's almost like, oh, their kitty has the zoomies or their puppy has the zoomies. That's just cute. But when they're stomping around, it's like, dude, seriously... learn to walk softly. Walk soft. Carry a big stick. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting down a flooring for my underwater tunnel. I didn't start out doing the flooring for the tunnel this way. It just kind of evolved. In fact, if I were to take you on a quick tour of the existing tram system infrastructure that as it exists right now, you can see where the oldest parts of the tunnels are and where the newer parts of the tunnels are, based on what the flooring of the tunnel is like, especially the underwater portions. The portions that are underground, totally different flooring structure. All right. Sorry, I keep getting notifications on my watch. All right, looks like we have an ad break incoming because I forgot to run pre-roll ads. So I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, we're going to keep going. So back in 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere. All right, we are back. Before we continue on with the game, I do want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, W Energy. It's a great energy drink powder. Get about 30 servings per tub, which with the cost of a tub comes out to less than $1.50 a serving, which is like anywhere from $1 to $2 less than your average canned energy drink. Lots of really cool flavors that you really can't find anywhere else. B vitamins, no artificial fillers, no sugar. So someone who's diabetic like myself, it's a great energy drink to get. And nootropics derive organically from coffee bean or coffee cherries. So not coffee beans, coffee cherries. Absolutely delicious. I would not consider streaming without this. You can try it for yourself by heading over to w.gg. Use promo code MACRO1 at checkout. That's MACRO1 at checkout. Save 10% on your order and help support the channel. All right. But yeah, as I was saying earlier at the start, I have W Energy. This particular flavor is called Igris Strike. It's a limited edition collaboration between Dubby and the anime Solo Leveling, available on Crunchyroll. It's a blue tropical punch flavor. It's really, really good. I haven't been able to find a single energy drink with a similar flavor. And to be honest, I tried it for myself before I even considered taking them on as a sponsor. And because I was like, I want to be honest in my opinions. I want to be honest with, is it good? Does it work? And it works. It keeps me going during streams. It's not a miracle worker though. I mean, with having had no sleep last night, or not last night, but Wednesday night, there's no amount of energy drink in the world that would have been able to keep me up. Not even Red Bull would have been able to keep me up. Especially the way my metabolism works. I'm one of those weird people that can drink a tall boy Red Bull and pass out. Like, I use Red Bull as a sleep aid, which is weird because when I am on long distance road trips, I actually will get a tall boy Red Bull and a couple Monster Slim Jims. I don't have it set up as a realm at the moment. I don't have the money for the subscription for realms. I do believe I can invite players. I don't know if that QR code is visible, but my gamer tag is Macromaster6178. I really want to try and change that, just because I don't like that weird 6178 code, but you know. Well, come on. Seriously? I was... Ugh. Let me see if... Okay. Here we go. Just let me know what your gamer tag is, and I'd be happy to add you. Okay. Is that a lowercase I or a lowercase L? Okay. Ugh. Huh. It doesn't appear to be coming up. Uppercase I. Okay. Haha, there you are. Not a problem. I basically have this in creative so that I have access to the extra. I mean, I have some... This is an extensive tram system that I'm building up here. But, you know, there's the one building on near the base that is a... I kind of set it up like a hotel. There's beds and storage for guests. There's a little house cat sitting in there. I've got my livestock paddocks set up. Yeah, give me 1 second. Having trouble finding the setting. But you know what? Yes. Alright. I am trusting you to not mess anything up. This world and the tram system has taken me a long time to build up. It's been almost, I want to say it's been about 6 months. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting down the groundwork for that, for the tunnel. I just am not... Yeah, you can see where I'm working. So I'm going to go back to the start here. If you keep filling that in, that'd be great. And I will start building up the tunnel. Which I have right here. See, it's not often that I actually get people offering to help. It's not often that I have anybody actually watching. I'm going to actually... put together the actual, where's the buttons? There we go. Whatever. Two, three. Oops. Ugh. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering my count. Alright. There we go. Haha. Alright. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Ah, shoot. I'm going to have to go all the way up to the beginning. Because I don't have the... I don't have a tower set up yet, and I don't have enough tunnel built to put up a tower just yet. Alright. And there we go. Gotta get myself centered because I have a very particular way of doing this. That gets rid of all the water, prevents water building up in the tunnel. Oh, fishies! In some of the more tropical biomes, I've actually found Nemo and Dory. And because I know that this is going to flood if I don't. All right. Put in that. Nice. Okay. Then I just need to change out the cobblestone for the gold. There we go. This way, I can get in and out of there much more easily. Oops. I recently rewatched the Mortal Instruments City of Bones, and I really wish they could have finished those movies. I mean, the show was fine, but it kind of rehashed some of the stuff that that happened in the movie. Though it did thankfully go further into detail about the character Simon and getting bit by the vampires and getting turned into a vampire. I just had to go check and make sure that my modem was working properly. Xfinity promised me that the
This is how the story ends. I've read between the lines. Your pages are a mystery. Your words are undefined. You buried all your secrets there for one of us to find. You wrote them on the pages bare, between the covers bind.